Good evening. My name is Zachary Faison Jr., and I serve as president and CEO at Edward Waters University, where we are uniquely the state of Florida's first historically Black college and or university. This evening, I wish I was coming to you under better circumstances. But as many of you all know, our city, unfortunately, was the victim of an abhorrent racially motivated atrocity that took place earlier today. And even more unfortunately, perhaps, Edward Waters was implicated in some way relative to that shooting. And so right now, I want to speak directly to our students, our faculty, staff, alumni, and certainly the parents of the young people that have entrusted their sons and daughters with us here on the Edward Waters University campus. And so at this juncture, I'd like to have an opportunity to share with you facts and information as they have been shared with me from our campus security team. First of all, earlier today, there was, in fact, a shooting that took place away from the Edward Waters campus, about a half a mile or so near the Edward Waters campus, but the campus was not the locale of the actual shooting. Unfortunately, 3 persons lost their lives as a part of that shooting. And Edward Waters was implicated in some way. And let me distill some facts for you. Earlier during the day, we learned that the perpetrator of this heinous act did come to the Edward Waters campus via his vehicle and drive onto the campus. Fortunately, our PEP security team, led by Lieutenant Bailey and Chief Williams, directly confronted this perpetrator almost immediately pursuant to him coming on our campus, confronted him and were able to ascertain that he was not a student or member of our university community. The perpetrator then did put on an armored vest and get back in his vehicle. And at that time, our campus security pursued him further and directed him off of the Edward Waters campus, followed him in his vehicle down Kings Road and away from the Edward Waters campus. Unfortunately, little did we know that he had some, of course, very, very heinous and vitriolic aims. And sometime thereafter, then went into a local place of business and murdered 3 individuals. And so while we share in the sadness and just broken hearts all the way around for the victims and their families and for our city, we also at the same time are appreciative and grateful to Almighty God for his protective hedge around our institution. We're also very thankful to our PEP security team, Chief Williams and Lieutenant Bailey, for their diligence and vigilance in ensuring the safety of our students, faculty, and staff on the Edward Waters campus. We also are very appreciative for the fact that it's just in the past 6 months that we erected campus safety fencing all around our campus so that we knew that we had specific ingress and egress points around the Edward Waters campus. And so we can monitor vehicles knowing where they can access our campus. And for that, and subsequent to that, our officers were available and able to immediately confront this perpetrator when he drove onto the Edward Waters campus. It's not lost on us that this was, in fact, a racially motivated act. It's also not lost on us that this is the second time in the past 18 months that Florida's first historically Black college and or university has been subject to potential racial violence. Many of you all will recall that not too long ago, Edward Waters was one of the institutions that was targeted by an HBCU bomb threat. Again, this is not by happenstance. We know that these are targeted attacks. But I want to say, and I want to say very unabashedly, that we are not dismayed. We will not be intimidated. The work that we do at Edward Waters and that we have been doing for a century and a half is a great work. And it's a great work because it's a God work. We are about the business of uplifting and educating young mostly Black minds to change the world. And we know that that's a very powerful force, and that there are other forces that want to see that not happen. But thank God that he has continued to keep not only Edward Waters University, but all historically Black colleges and or universities around this great country. And so, again, while we are very saddened that this has happened to our community again, and that this was, again, a targeted attack into this Newtown community, which we know is a historic Black district in the city of Jacksonville. We're going to take this opportunity to galvanize our community, to work collaboratively with our city community, with our civic community, with the other colleges and universities around this community as a show of force to say that we will not be ruled by racism. We will not bend at the knee to racist violence. That's a part of the historicity of this great university, and it's certainly a part of what we do and what we champion here at Edward Waters University. And so, again, we want to invite all of our students, faculty, staff, alumni, and our entire community. We're going to be holding a prayer vigil tomorrow evening at 7:30 p.m. with our Student Government Association leadership and our entire community to say not only to the city of Jacksonville, to our state, to the nation, but to the world that we at Edward Waters University are not dismayed and that we are going to continue this great work of educating young people, of uplifting our community and making the change that we want to see in our state, our nation, and in this world. And so again, I wish I was coming to you under a better set of circumstances. But I do want to share that we are well here at Edward Waters. For those students that might be feeling dismayed and or have a sense of apprehension, counseling services are being immediately put in place for you. But we want you to know that you are safe here at Edward Waters, that we have the mechanisms in place to ensure your safety, and that more than that, we have God who has dispatched a protective hedge all around us here at Edward Waters University. And so again, I want to just thank everyone for your prayers, for your support. This is indeed a very troubling time for us as a university and as a greater Jacksonville community, but I want to ensure all of those who are our stakeholders and constituencies that we are in fact moving forward, and that we do not intend for this to mar or mark the work that we do here at Edward Waters, that despite what the devil meant for bad, that there will be good that will come out of this, as this community, I believe, is now primed to pull together and move things forward and find a sense of racial harmony that perhaps this community has never seen. I thank you, our students, our faculty and staff, for your support, for your prayers. And we just thank everyone for reaching out during this very difficult time. And I want you to know that we are committed to ensuring that our work at Edward Waters University continues unabated. God bless you and thank you.